This is a demonstration of the SmartDraft Profile View Structure Bottom Label. It can be found in the SmartDraft suite of productivity tools. To locate this command, go to the SmartDraft tab, Profile Panel, go to this icon and select the Structure Bottom Labels Profile View, or type the alias PVBL. First, let's take a look at the options. The label can have an offset leader so that the leader doesn't extend all the way to the insertion point. The label can extend to the bottom of the profile view. The label can include the station, and if you do not want to include the station value, deselect station. Then the location of the station value related to the leader can be anywhere from 3 text positions above the leader to 3 text positions below the leader. If you want to include a prefix, type that prefix. If you want a space between the prefix value and the station, include that space in the prefix. Also, if you prefer to have a suffix, you can type that. And again, if you want a space between the suffix and the station value, include a space at the beginning, and then that would give you that space. What precision value? When it comes to elevations, that will be labeled from the pipe. What is that elevation precision? What elevation on the pipe will be labeled? You have 5 positions: bottom of pipe, invert of pipe, center line of pipe, the crown, and the top. Do you want to include the pipe diameter with the elevation? Do you want the sump value and location, prefix, suffix? Do you want any pipe ins or outs, and where will those be labeled? If we're doing invert, we can say IE as a prefix. You can see that there is a space, and we have in and out. If you want to join the in and outs because they're the same value, you could say join, and then if the in and out are the same, it would join them and not give you 2 call-outs on that. Do you want to include the name, such as the name value that's actually stored with that structure object, the description, and then any notes that you may want? When it comes to notes, not only can you control the location, but you have 3 input options for a note. Prompted, meaning every time you place a label, it will prompt you to type that specific note. You can say select, which if you have a text string or an mtext string on the screen, instead of having to type it, you can just select that value right from that text object. Or constant, where you actually type in the note value that you want to be included with the leader. Now let's place some of these leaders and see what they look like. I'll select this sewer structure. As you can see in plan view, it only has an in, so it gives you the IE and the in value and the station. We'll select this structure, which has both an in and an out. Now you can see both values are labeled. Come down to the next structure. We have both an in and out. You have the sewer structure, in and out. Then you have a storm drain structure, which just has an out. Continuing down the rest of the street, you have a manhole with in and out, another manhole with an in and out, again. Now, as stated earlier, there are some options that can be changed. This is a AutoCAD dynamic block that is tied to that structure, so it can easily be moved aside. There is a command to restore it to its home position. Double-clicking on it will bring back up the options that you saw at the beginning so that you can change the value. Let's say you actually wanted it to extend to the bottom of the profile view. And now you can see that it actually extends out to the bottom of the profile view. So there, return back to its home position. Another interesting thing, these are dynamic. So if you were to go into Profile View Properties and change the value of the actual grid, you can see that the positions of the label did update. Coming over here to where you have a conflict, you can easily extend that label down so that it clears the other pipe. If you wanted to include the name value, you could do so. Remove the name value, and as said earlier, you could add a custom note, which then extends it right out. Made a mistake there. Let's just correct that by putting it 3 below. Now it looks much nicer. Here's another advantage of this, or an expected reaction, since we're working with Civil 3D. Go to the pipe properties. Here you can actually see an in value of 2370. So here we go. 23.5 value has been changed, and you actually have the value updated. Here we have a problem, so we'll correct it. $23.90. Now we actually have a drop across that manhole. This goes along with our other tools that you can see videos of. Profile View Rim Labels and our Profile View Crossing Pipe Label. Also look for our video on Plan View Structure Labels. That concludes our demonstration of the SmartDraft Structure Bottom Label. Thank you.